George's input. We're now going to have a look at oil with Ainslie. Ainslie, another fascinating market. Probably my market for the next 5 years. I think oil is a real opportunity for everybody who wants to get into it. How are you seeing it for the month of November? What's happening for you?
Look at it. And I put all the daily, the 4 hourly, the daily, and the weekly and the monthly chart all on the one, so we can see it really clearly that we did have a bit of a pullback earlier this year, but the last couple of months are a very strong move. Now, yes, we did have the US dollar take a dive over on Friday, but that's not NFPs. That happened well before, and that move, that strengthening there, happened before non-farm payrolls changed the course of things. What we did have on the Thursday, though, was OPEC saying that annual production across the board for the OPEC nations is down 4 to 5%. So there is a supply issue happening here. The other thing we are looking at is China alleviating their restrictions with COVID, so that also is going to put pressure on the demand side. The other issue on the supply side of oil is the fact that a lot of new projects are not getting funded. The banks have got mandates now for everything to be green or greener, or a change in or direction being away from fossil fuels, but towards a greener energy situation. So a lot of these new projects are just not getting funded. So as you can imagine, that's just putting a huge amount of pressure on oil supply. We're going into the Northern Hemisphere winter. The problem is also this gentleman running Russia at the moment. That's an unknown feature as well. So there are quite a few unknowns circling around, but what we do know is that annual production is down 4 to 5%, and that's countries just not being able to produce like they did previously. One of the things President Biden has been threatening to do, because it is midterm elections coming up and we've got to sound good and all the rest of it, is the fact that he is threatened to release special reserves to bring the price down of oil. They've already done that a couple of times, and they don't really have the reserves to do that. So whilst they're talking about that's something that they will look at doing, the reality is it can't be done. So we've got supply issues, we've got demand increasing and supply reducing. What do you think that's going to do to the price of oil? I don't think you need me to explain it any further. They are the major things impacting the oil market. I think we're going to see it to continue to rise. You can see all the indicators are all starting to go in this direction, not that direction. Big move on Friday, big move. One of the larger daily moves like gold. But until we can say that we are no longer reliant on fossil fuel for energy, we've got a bit of a long way to go, actually, before the reality of petrol cars and electric cars have been replaced by electric cars, for example. That's just a small indicator of where the market is at the moment. And I agree with Paul that the next couple of years, particularly this time of the year, between gold and oil, my market watch list is pretty active at the moment. So back to you, Paul.
Ainslie, thank you very much for that. And it's just markets do things in different times, and sometimes you're trading and you just watch nothing happen for weeks, and then again you look at markets, you just think, here we go. And exciting time in the markets, It's a real opportunity, and perhaps some of the best opportunities I've seen in a while. I've been talking for a little while about the trend that we have seen, how we were going to see that coming out of COVID. And now as we get the banks raising rates at different rates, at some stage we've got to see the European Bank join. And when they do that, we are going to see some rise in the price of the euro as well. Different trend provided by that. The gold stuff's fascinating. The oil stuff's fascinating. The US dollar stuff's fascinating. Do your research, guys. Get your timing right and stay calm and make good decisions, because if you stay calm and make good decisions, it always works out in the end. Thank you for your time, Ainsley. Much appreciated. George, thank you for your video. Sam, thanks for holding it all together so it all works for us. And to all of you guys, have a good Sunday night and good trading this week. And we'll see you next week. Thank you very much. See you, everybody.
Bye.